20s and 30s are in danger, as is the case for 26-year-old Fiona Lowenstein, who was admitted to the hospital last week and tested positive for coronavirus despite being young and having no pre-existing medical conditions. Well, Fiona is now using her experience to warn other young adults to take this public health crisis seriously, to stay home, practice social distancing. Fiona Lowenstein joins me now. Fiona, thank you so much for joining us. We're glad you're here. How are you feeling? Any symptoms?
I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling better every day, but there are still some lingering symptoms, and it'll probably be a while before I'm back up to my normal self.
Yeah. So you've been here. How long were you in the hospital again?
I spent 2 nights in the hospital. Went in on Monday night, left Wednesday night.
So tell us how and when this all started for you, Fiona.
Sure. So I got a fever on Friday, March 13th, that evening, and the fever persisted through the next day when I started to experience a cough. Fever continued. By Sunday, I was feeling better. Actually thought I was on the mend, and that I would be fine. Started planning, to take a shower on Monday, get back to some of my household tasks, and then Sunday night into Monday morning, I developed vomiting. Woke up in the night with shivers and developed what I now recognize was shortness of breath. At the time, I was a little confused as to what the symptom was exactly, but it exacerbated throughout Monday to the point where I had to go to the ER because I couldn't speak, couldn't walk, couldn't eat. The breath was just too difficult. So luckily talked to a doctor who convinced me it was time to go in, and they gave me oxygen.
How long did it take to test you at the hospital? And did you notice other young people there as well?
I was quickly ushered into a room by myself, so I didn't personally see other young people, but I was told once I was admitted that there was a 30-year-old in the next room, that they had been increasingly seeing younger patients, and it took them 12 hours to test me, and I was told repeatedly initially that I did not qualify for a test because I hadn't interacted with someone else who was known to be COVID positive or traveled to China, Japan, Italy, Korea. So I'm not really sure why I got tested when I did, but it did eventually happen early in the morning on Tuesday.
So you were in the hospital you've been out since Wednesday. You got to be quarantined for how much longer, do you know?
I've been told that I need to stay isolated until I test negative. So I'm waiting for a call from the Department of Health. If they don't reach me by tomorrow, I'm supposed to call them and inquire about somehow setting up a test to see if I'm over this thing.
Okay. So you believed, you didn't think this was a hoax. You just thought that young people, were less susceptible at getting it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I work at the intersections of wellness and social justice, so I took this very seriously as an ally, but I thought that would be my role, protecting the elderly, the autoimmune suppressed. I definitely thought that if I got it, I would ride it out at home, and that's why I think I was so reluctant to go to the hospital for as long as I did. I really feel that I went at the last possible moment, and I'm very thankful to my partner and my parents who were texting with me and keeping in touch with me for convincing me eventually to go and talking to doctors on my behalf. But even I was in some denial about how serious it could get.
Yeah. Well, Fiona, again, we're glad you're okay. Keep us updated, okay? Thank you so much, and get well soon.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You as well. There are now more than 40